welcome back to Income and Design. This is your host, Andrea. We're here at Income and Design. We share ways in which you can learn how to make income flexible, working smarter, not harder, and also how to beautify your homes. You might have seen me in videos sharing different opportunities, how I have tried them and how they've worked for me. Today I'll be sharing with you how I was able to make $8,822.14 doing a side hustle, door dashing. Stay tuned. I'll share my breakdown. Here I'm being honest. I'm going to break down how I was able to do it, the tips and the trading accomplished, and how long did it take me to make this particular amount of money. Now, first, I just want to give you a little backstory on how I got into door dashing. A few months ago, I would say a while back, my son was diagnosed with autism, and I had to leave my regular corporate job, finding ways how to make passive income or earning flexible and to be there for him for his therapy and all of those appointments. And then one day I was watching a video here on YouTube, and I found out that I could do door dashing without even a car. At the time I had a car, but the video that I saw was regards to doing it with a bicycle. It was so interesting to me, so I signed up. And I'm saying, if I'm able to do at least $100 per day, mark you, if I could do $150 per day, that could be a full-time income for me. So I started on the journey. That's what got me to this side hustle. Now, if you're searching for a side hustle, there's a video that I have done recently sharing 5 ways how you can make $100 in 2025. Now, get into the meat of the matter. That's how I got into the door dashing, as I said before. Now, the first thing I would say to you, how would you be able to achieve this? You have to set a goal, right? You have to set a goal and how much is it that you want to dash. Now, when I started dashing, I knew nothing about it. So I was just taking all the orders because I heard up and taking the orders, I would grow my acceptance rates, my rating will go up. But guess what? Some of them weren't fruitful and honestly, they weren't making sense. So the first thing I did was focus on the peak season. This is what I learned over time. Now, the peak season or the peak time to dash and DoorDash would be lunchtime and dinner time. Lunchtime is anywhere between 11 a.m. and 1 p.m. On an average, most people take lunch that time. So those are the time that I will go out and dash. In the evening dinner time is average 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. Those are the time I will go. That's one thing that I did. I focus on the peak time to dash. Some of those peak time you might have to schedule. Don't be fooled. You schedule your time and show. Look at the app and see where it tells where the hotspots are. Also, that will help you. No, you don't have to move to every hotspot because sometimes you might be driving aimlessly. But go as close to the hotspot if it's not too far. A mile or 2 away is nothing wrong if you're in between. And more so, don't move to the hotspot unless you have 10 minutes to work with. That's one tip. 2, take advantage of the promotions. This is how I was able to make over $200 in a day, $150 in a day. That is how I was able to do it because I take advantage of the promotion. I didn't know, most of these were trial and error, but when I got it, guys, I got it. No, the promotion, this is one thing a lot of people might not tell you. When DoorDash have their promotion, $2 to $3 up to $4 per order added plus tips. One of the things that I've found out that worked for me, apart from me doing per order trips, I did the per time when they're high paid, whereas you're paying per hour. Now, the best time to do that is in the early morning. Some of the fast food chains you may take minutes, half an hour to an hour. You're in a long line to get an order. What I do, that's when I decide to turn on my per hour. And I might be at a location within that time, I may be getting $25 to $30 per hour. If I'm there from the time I accept the order, going into up till I deliver, I get paid for all of that time. Whereas if I was doing per order, I would be only getting paid for that one order. So that's actually take advantage of the promotion. Look through weekly, they will tell you, daily, when are these promotions going to be? Set your schedule and turn it. Because if you're not in the spot when you said you will be there, you're going to lose the spot. Because guess what? A lot of people is doing DoorDash, but there's enough room out there for all of us. Because guess what? Since COVID, most people are looking for flexibility, stay at home, order their phone, from their phone, or even drop off their packages, deliveries. I've done a few of those. Open your app to receive deliveries, and if you're able to accept cash paid orders, do that because you'll be reimbursed from, they will take the money from the money that you would have earned from a dash. Secondly, I would say to you is to minimize your expenses. Now we know gas is the biggest expense when you're doing dashing. Now what I do, there are apps that you can use to find the best rates out there, like Gas Buddy, to tell you which gas station have the best rate. And also you can what dash in familiar space and familiar area that you know the different shortcut. We know that Google Map is very good, but it gives us the longer route sometimes. If you get familiarized with the area, then you know where to go, where the restaurants are. You know that you don't have to take that long drive. You can easily go to X instead of going Y to get to your destination. So know the routes, know how to eliminate the traffic, especially in the high, the peak time of the day, in the evening and in the lunch time. That's how you'll be able to minimize your gas. Also, you're able to minimize your expenses through your tax deduction. Do you know that you can write off your gas expenses? You'll be able to do your car maintenance expenses and a part of your phone bill, because these are what you would have to execute your job function. I'm going to be honest with you. At a particular time in the beginning of me doing DoorDash, it was my main source of income. I was doing it for hours, but I wasn't achieving the result that I wanted because I didn't know. I learned with my trial and error how to do this. When there are days now that I don't have to, or within that time, I don't have to be out there for 6, 7, 8 hours. I'm not accomplishing my daily goal. I can go out less than 2 to 4 hours and accomplish my daily goal because I know the tricks and the trades. So as I said before, focus on the peak time, prioritize the high, and secondly, you're going to prioritize your high paid order. How will you be able to do so? For me, what I do is I work the maths. What I'm going to do, I'm going to accept orders that give me at least $2, minimum $1 per mile. Now, there are times when you might not get that, but do the math, because if you take an order for 4 miles and you have to come back to your location, that's 8 miles to and from. So you got to be wise in how you're able to take those orders, how to take, what not to take. And guess what? Here how you're able to do that without being penalized. There are times when an order may pop up and you really don't want it. This is what I have learned and this is what I have done. No, say pop up and it's minimum $3. And most of the time those orders don't have any tip. Don't be upset with the customer, because there are times when the customer really don't have any extra to give. They only had their delivery money, so they really don't have any tip. You know that you accept the order for the $3 or the $4 or the $5. Give the best customer service that you can. Sometimes, because I have cases where by just giving a compliment, by just how I deliver, there was no tip on the order. By just how I deliver the food, I got additional tip. There was this time this gentleman had $5 on my tip for my tip, and by the time I deliver the order, he had $20. I got $25 on that particular order, and it was such a short distance order. So your customer service pay off. Now back to what I was saying in regards to high paying order. What you can do to not to be penalized for not accepting those orders. When an order comes into you, most of the time you are the closest one in that location and available. If you do not want it, let it go and pause your app. I learned that tricking. Pause the dash for 3 to 5 minutes. I might move away from the location, because if you're the only one in the area, you might get it back and then you might lose like 2 points. No, you don't want to lose your ratings, because the ratings get you up in the high paying order. So you're going to have to know how you're going to do. There are times it works, there are times it don't work. 95% of the time, it works for me. I pause my dash for a period and then I go back. I open back the dash and start dashing. Now, the other thing that I love about DoorDash and how I was able to accomplish this is the flexibility. Now, I didn't have to do 8 hours again, because in the first month I started, I was doing 6 to 8 or sometimes 9 hours, and I still wasn't achieving my goal because I didn't understand. But I learned, as I said, I look at videos even here on YouTube, how others were able to do it. And then I even look at DoorDash. I have a lot of information there in the app that you can read and get to know how to dash effectively and successfully. Working smarter, not harder. That's the game. That's the goal every day. So Flexibility that I love about DoorDash is that, as I said, my son had autism, have autism, and I had to take him to therapy, right? Now, because of that, I used to use the time when he's at therapy to dash. So those 2 to 3 hours, that's the time I would dash. I wouldn't have to do a whole day. As I said, there was a time when I was just doing it only, paying the bills, buying the food, doing everything. There was a particular couple months I was just doing that alone, and it worked for me. No, guys, flexibility. If you're able to set a time to dash or turn on the app when you see it's red and you know that, all right, say you want $50 to make some gas, to put some gas in the car, you want to go buy food. Sometimes I just do that. And that's always able because like the flexibility that you get with DoorDash, it is a wonderful app. If you know how to use it, it can work for you. So that flexibility of working when you want to, how long you want to. And if you're on the road and it's nothing that happened based on your prediction, just turn it off. Go back home when things change, right? That is one of the things. Also, I also love the flexibility that I can be anywhere. I could be out of city, out of state, and start do DoorDash. All I need to do is turn on my app. Now there you have it. In conclusion, the ways in which I was able to accomplish $8,822 and 14 cents doing DoorDash. You might be wondering, how long was I able to achieve this? I'm going to be honest. I was able to achieve this over a period of a year, except that there was 4 to 5 months out of that year I didn't do no dashing. And there are weeks and days that I didn't do no dashing. I was doing, after I realized how I can make the money without doing the long hours, and I now understand the app, I started doing 2 to 3 to 4 hours, set my goals, make my money, working smarter and not harder, and then I will come off the app. No, it is possible. No, I was able now to get other flexible jobs and other opportunity side hustles that I was now able to earn. And occasionally I may go out and do the dashing. See, I'm waiting and I have nothing to do. I check the app and see that it's red. Yeah, I go make some quick money because flexibility is in the game for everybody. Flexibility time for me, flexibility for the customer. One thing I will implore you guys, customer service pays off. Their customer service, always when you take a dash, don't look on it and say, oh, this is just a little bit amount of money and they didn't tip me. You accepted the dash. So give the best customer service, the best smile, handle the food with care, get your DoorDash back, keep the food warm. These are things. Think of the customer as you. How would you want a dasher to carry your food? Dress appropriately. Don't just go there anyhow. You're representing yourself. You're representing DoorDash, and more so, you are carrying food, so people do look at how you're presented. Sometimes they might take the food and not eat it. I've seen dashers out there, honestly, if they had brought the food to me, I wouldn't take the food. I would not eat it based on how they appear and carry themselves. Make sure your hygiene is clean, your clothes is clean, your hair is groomed, and make sure that you carry their food. Be careful where you put it. Get a box, get a bag, put it on your seat so it doesn't shuffle, it doesn't turn over. Get the hot bag, because nothing like getting your food and it's warm. These are some of the tips that help me to get top dasher. I'm able to constantly grow my ratings. And guess what? When you take an order, complete it. Inform your customers of, I am at the store, update them the wait is long, or they appreciate these things. And read your app, because their message that they may say, take up a 2 extra barbecue sauce or ask for an extra spoon. And because you weren't reading and paying attention, you miss that. And those are things that they look forward to. And then that increase your tip. So good customer service. There you have it. Overall, how are you able to accomplish and be successful in DoorDash? For me, working smarter and harder by focus on the peak time, as I said. Prioritize high paid order. Take advantage of the promotion. Switch from per order to hourly paid. Minimize your expenses by doing gas efficient route. Be wise how you choose your orders. Know the side roads to drive, and also how you can use your expenses for your tax deduction purpose, and the flexibility that is offered. That is how you'll be able to accomplish. Now, if this is your goal for 2024 to make some extra money, consider DoorDash. It is a great app and it works. Now that's it, guys. Now, if you enjoyed this video, as I said, side hustles I have tried, I will share or what I have accomplished and the good and the bad that I have encountered on them. Now, if you like this video, I will appreciate if you like, if you follow, and also turn on the notification bell so you know when Andrea put on an income video or a design video, you'll be first to know. Now, until I see you in the next video, walk good, be safe, and be blessed. Have a great day.